Gone and had myself a bit of a tidy up in here because I need to drag that Laurel in. I was supposed to do it on my last video, but then my coilovers turned up, so I never got around to it. Now, it's got to do a few little things. Got to rewire the ECU. I want to change it up a bit, change a few minor things, need to bolt check it, give it an alignment, and then I've got to get a refresher and street tune it. It is currently in my other shed at the moment because I've got two sheds, and yeah, the last time I parked it up, it was pissing oil out, and that's because when I put the covers down, it actually managed to spit the back half moon out. So I'm gonna have to whip that cover off, get my Allen key, and reseat the half moon, throw it back on, and then I can drag it around here. Should have enough gas in it to drag in the shed because I haven't touched it since, and it did last run when I put it there. So yeah, I'm gonna go grab it. Been a hot while since I've sat in this thing. Hopefully it's all good. So all I can do is hope for the best, I suppose. Alright, made it in, that's a bit of a mission. All the way forward at the moment. I'll drag it back in a second, but definitely needs that tail light. I've got a mate up north, I've got to buy it off, so I better get on to him and get that. I also need to clean that boot lid up. Now the first thing I want to get out of the way on this thing is rewiring the ECU, because I did it in a way where the accessories and the ignition is on just with one switch. So it's literally just, your car's entirely dead or your ignition's on, there's no in between. So I just want to cut that out and rewire it so I have an accessories, or I just cut it out and I rewire the ECU to its own separate fused power. I think will be the way to do it. And the reason for that was because usually when I start it, the dash dies because it's losing its voltage when it cranks. So I have it separate right on the battery, it'll stay alive. And also when I'm out on the street, allegedly, if I'm sitting around on the laptop, I don't have to have my ignition on because that drains battery hella fast. So it's on its own separate thing, drawing its own power. I could just about leave it running for 2 days and it would still be right to start. So get that out the way, and I need to fix the fuel pressure rig. The thread is actually stripped on it, so I'll have to space it up with some nuts to where the thread is still good, and then lock it up. And that'll sort that problem out. Popped off the ECU harness connector here, and I've found pin 24, which is this blue and white one. Now what I have to do here is splice this into the battery, fused of course. So if I cut that directly and then power that up, that kills a lot of the line. So if I splice it, it then powers everything, and then with ignition, it acts like it's not there. I'll just run it through there, because originally I was supposed to put the accessory in, so I actually drilled it, but yeah, I never installed it, so I guess that works, so I can use that. I've just got to find one. Just been around the body and cleaned all the wiring up, so I've gone and taped everything up nicely, kind of wrapped it around. Not fully covered, but it's a lot nicer, way nicer routed. One of the things I need to do is pop a axle nut on this side. Now, the reason I don't have it on there is because it's actually holding my vise to the bench. Right under here. So I'm going to retrieve that because I want it back. I'll slip that one on. Just got to do the fuel pressure rig now. So I'm going to set that up, just check the pumps on and wind that where it needs to be, which is 43.5 psi without the vacuum line on. Bit better, so the rig's set up, the line's on. We've done the line for the PCV, or sorry, the brake servo one-way valve. Got the laptop up and plugged it in. It is currently not connected, as you can see. So I'll see if I've wired it right, and it connects up. With a bit of luck, if I wired it properly, I hope. Got some power. Will it connect? Yes, there we go. We're on. Just gonna realize something stupid, which is actually that I've powered from the ECU, or to the battery to the ECU on pin 24, but it's actually backfeeding the ignition circuit, so I've actually gotten absolutely nowhere. But I can't be bothered rewiring it because I know that it's backfeeding into the other way. I've bypassed the ignition barrel. It's whatever. I'm not gonna bother with that. It's just gonna be fine. It was trying to be something just to save battery while I'm sitting on the side of the road with the laptop. not having the whole car powered up when I can just power the ECU up, but we're not going to do that anymore. Okay, so I've got PC Link up here, and since the last time I touched this, I didn't really know what I was doing, to be totally honest. So I've taken the time to learn. I now know what I should know, and we need to go back through it and fix everything that I did wrong. And the first thing is that my master fuel was probably double what it should be. So we're at 7 milliseconds, and I have 1000 cc injectors, and that is way too high. So I'm going to go with 3 milliseconds on that. And for fuel equation, I'm going traditional for this tune because I don't have a fuel pressure sensor. If I did, I would go modeled, but I don't. So this is an easy way to do it, and I'm not going to be retuning the car over and over. If I had the VE table set up, it's way easier to retune and make tweaks, but I'm not doing that. So it's a one and done. Should be all my inputs up here. So I've got my coolant temp, oil temp, IATs. I've got my wideband down here, my oil pressure, and my throttle position. These are all set up where they should be. Nothing else is being used. I don't have anything for, say, rolling anti-lag or anything. My anti-lag is off actually, so it's probably not even in here. Another thing I need to do before I start my tune is also actually double check my timing and also rev it up quite a lot and then see if it's differentiating from where it should be, because you can make an offset as the revs go up. These are my warm-up enrichments, so these are all in here as well. I do need to sort these out because this car is quite rich when I start it up. But now that I've halved my master fuel, it might actually fix itself. My post-start enrichment, everything I need here, so I need to check these out. Well, if I've warmed it up and it's good, and then wait till it's cold and then check them. And my variable valve timing, I need to set that up as well. Nissan's only just switched on or off. It doesn't actually vary per sense. You're gonna want to set this up to closed loop boost as well. We're gonna set every single table to 0, which will come up. Just want to save this. And then once closed loop boost is on and you have your target air-fuel ratios, it's a lot easier to tune it because it runs off the wideband and it'll tell you how much it's actively trimming. I made a pretty conservative ignition table here as well, so we're only at 6 degrees of timing at full boost. Really not got much going on, and everything idle and vacuum is about 25 degrees, so that should be good to set up knob control. Now this is in Lambda in this table here, but I just know air-fuel ratio better. I do need to learn Lambda, but for now, I think it's easy to do that. So you can change this by going up into preferences and then just simply going into units and doing what you want. So kPa, PSI, feet. I'm going to leave it at kPa and leave it on meters instead of feet as well. And there we go. So now we've converted to air-fuel ratio. That's up to 50 kPa, which will be about 7 pound of boost. And then as it goes up, it starts to go down. Just gone and set up VCT like I was talking about. Now it's completely different. I don't have it in the VCT tab because it's not actually variable. It's a cam switched, so it becomes a output. So I've just set it up on auxiliary 6 as cam switched. And what I want to do after I've got my idle sorted out is actually have it on at idle. So I need to get all my air fuels right and I need to get everything right before I go doing it. But I want to have it on at idle so I have a sense of kind of like cams. So it has an overlap at idle. I already have 25 neo cams in this, so the duration and the lift has changed, but I want to get it more pronounced so I can have that proper lobe cammed idle. And VCT helps that because then you get scavenge in there and it makes your car sound sick. So that is just currently set to condition 1 and 2, which is RPM minimum and RPM maximum. So I'll set it off at limiter because, well, might as well just leave it on. Usually with RBs, it actually does help the entire rev range. And then that's just high enough to not turn on until I'm ready, and then I'll just drop it down to about 700 so it's always on, but not during cranking. So what I'll do is I'll start it up and I will tweak my fuel table to make sure it's all right on idle, and that'll be once it's warm. I'll be coming back to this, and then I have to wait till it's cold and then check it when it's cold and check all my enrichments because you can't do it now. Cannot wait till that's gone. So with a quick look at our mixture mat, I'm a bit lean. So I'm gonna up everything here to 70 and we'll see if it likes to start now. And we break. There we go. Switch off the gas, sliding its home with lead. 12.7 is about right. It's quite cold. We're going to overcome the port walls being cold. We need to wet them with fuel. Just popped some power steering fluid in because it was getting a bit low. We're getting up to temp now, so I'll keep letting it warm up. And yeah, there's also one thing most of you probably didn't know with G-series style turbos is if you pull the speed sensor out, it makes it whistle like a T51R. Okay, so we're all warmed up, 81 degrees, so now I can start toying with it. It's up to temp. I want to show you the whistle. With the speed sensor in, it sounds like this. And here's what it sounds like without it. Now what I'm going to do is set up VCT on idle to get that low in conjunction with my idle, so I'm going to do that. There you go. That's how you make a car sound like it's got 292s in it. Fans are still going. I definitely need to sort that wiring problem out. The wider the battery, so I should fix that. Now, after all that, I actually forgot to put the muffler on that I've got for the Aristo. I want to hear what an RB sounds like with an Adrenaline R muffler on it. That's the beauty right there. It's a 7-inch body, long tip, 7-inch, and it's 450mm long. Just spent my morning pissing around on the laptop again on PC Link, and I've gone and changed what I needed. I've done my target overlay table, so the AFR, the open loop, all that. I've set up my engine protections, the RPM limit, the AFR limits. If it hits a certain one, or so if it's too lean at too much boost, it'll just drop it down to like 3 grand. Oil pressure, all the things you want and need actually. Now that I've done all that, I want to chuck this in. Now this here is something that I built probably a year ago. It's a knock block. I didn't want to go buy a Link G4 knock block for $1,000. So I built one. It's literally just a headphone amplifier wired into the left and rights of some earphones with a knock sensor, obviously. And then that is also grounded through a sensor ground. You can ground it through a normal engine ground, but I wanted to be pretty perfect with it. I already pre-spliced a crimp into my intake air temp sensor, and that's down here. That just comes off the IoT on this side, and then I can plug this in. So all I need to do is bolt this to the engine block, I might even have to drill this out because they can be a pain. And then I've also just jimmied up a USB port inside to power on my amplifier, and then I should be able to power it on. I bought a more expensive one. Everyone seems to go with the cheap $10 ones, but I bought this. It was about 60 bucks. It's got a controllable gain on it, so I can change your volume. I have tested this. It does work. When you put the earphones in and you put some earmuffs on, you can very clearly hear knock. Just gonna run the knock block wiring through the hole in the firewall there. Set everything up over here. Got my amplifier set up, and this is my USB port that I quickly rigged up. And the charging port of the amplifier just pops into there, and the wiring runs behind the dash. Earphones at the ready, of course, so just hang there. If I power the car up, these should light up like that. And there we go. Look at that. Wiring runs out from the firewall along the manifold, grounds through that sensor ground down there. And although it's very hard to see in there because it's quite dark, the knock sensor is just jammed through in one of those M6 holes. Just like that, with a bit of ingenuity, I've saved myself 900 bucks because that in total costed me about, I think, $70 to build. So I reckon that's a deal. The next part of my tune preparation is my alignment. Now my alignment is horrible. I just eyeballed it when I put my whole lock kit in because it was just set up for another car. I popped it in and I just went that'll do just for now. Because one of my tires goes like that and the other one's like this. Now I don't have anything to really properly check it. My camber, I don't really care about. I don't care about anything. As long as my toe is good and I'm not constantly kind of scrubbing it out when I'm driving, sweet. It's just got to look straight. So I think the best way to do that, probably with what I have, is to measure somewhere near the rail and then take a measurement from there to the hub, and that should give me a close enough direction. Not sure how well that's going to work, but I really don't have an option. I've got two long bits of stainless pipe, and that's about the only way I can kind of test it, is to check the straightness of the two. Which semi works in my favor, because in the very direct center of this pipe is the center of the wheel, and you better see if you can see the outside lip or not. I think that's how I'll base it and see how it goes. Hopefully that gives me a close result. So I'll chuck it on the other side and see how good I can get that, and then check it from the front when it's on the ground. I filmed all of those clips probably about 4 or 5 days ago, and I completely forgot to film an outro. So I guess here I am. And what better note to end it on than this? Had this car for almost 4 years, and I've lost out on 5 different tail lights on Marketplace. Everyone beats me to them every time. And I finally have one. After all this time, I now have a complete tail light set. So I want to crack it open and have a look. Well, he's packed it well, I'll give him that. Now I gotta unwrap it. And the big reveal, oh, beautiful. It's obviously got a hole in it, but this is a drift car. I really don't care. So much better. Looks way less stupid with a huge tail light hole there, so that's cool. I'm just gonna sort that bootlet out. Another video I'll have to, might chop it up and cut some holes in it because it's already dented, so I'll try and save it. But that, I am more than happy with seeing that. So yeah, that's it. I guess that's the perfect place to wrap the video up. So yeah, the Aristo is under the knife in the background. I have been powering on with that. So that is to come, the first drive and whatnot, first startup. Guess I'll catch you guys in the next one, and that will be the 2J.
So man, listen. Prepare for the rap killer. Keep you locked in, strong.